false prophet run for signs and wonder, even miracles.
You can see that a rí pé àwọn wòlíì èké wọ́n máa ń ṣe iṣẹ́ ìyanu.
I know of a pastor.
Mo mọ̀ nípa ìránṣẹ́ Ọlọ́run kan.
I went to a wedding.
Mo lọ sí ilé sí ìgbéyàwó kan.
In that wedding, minister.
Ní ilé ìyàwó yìí ìránṣẹ́ Ọlọ́run sọ̀rọ̀.
When the couple had a baby,
nígbà tí àwọn.
it's the same minister that came to give name to the baby.
Nígbà tí wọ́n ní àwọn ìránṣẹ́ àwọn ẹbí sùn tí wọ́n bímọ àríkàṣẹ́ Ọlọ́run tí wàásù níbi ìgbéyàwó wọn òun náà ló wá fọmọ náà lórúkọ.
But the same minister of the law went ahead, even if not for the intervention of God, he wanted to lie with the assistant pastor's wife.
A rí pé ìránṣẹ́ Ọlọ́run tí à ń sọ yìí pé ó tẹ̀síwájú ìbámájẹ́ pé nípa àánú Ọlọ́run ni ìbá tó ní ìbáṣepọ̀ pẹ̀lú ìyàwó
I
ìbádẹ́pẹ̀
told that
ìránṣẹ́.
same assistant pastor, I said, henceforth, never set your feet into that church and your family.
Nígbà náà ni amúgbálẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ ìránṣẹ́ Ọlọ́run yìí sọ fún ìyàwó rẹ̀ pé má tẹ̀lé ìjọ yìí mọ́.
The false prophet disregard or contradict established spiritual teaching or scripture.
A rí pé àwọn wòlíì èké wọ́n máa ń ṣe takò tàbí kí wọ́n lòdì sí ìgbékalẹ̀ àti àlàkalẹ̀ Bíbélì àti ọ̀rọ̀ Ọlọ́run.
They emphasize more on material wealth, power, success over spiritual growth or humility.
A rí pé wọ́n máa ń tẹnu mọ́ àwọn nǹkan tí ó máa mú owó agbára àti àlùyọ. Wọ́n máa ń tẹnu mọ́ àwọn kan wọ̀nyí dáradára ju ìdàgbàsókè nínú ọ̀rọ̀ Ọlọ́run tàbí ohun ti ẹ̀mí.
They speak lies and lead people into error.
A rí pé wọ́n máa ń parọ́, wọ́n máa ń sọ èké, wọ́n sì máa ń mú kí àwọn èèyàn kó ṣubú sínú àṣìṣe.
A preacher asked me a question one day.
A rí pé ìránṣẹ́ pé oníwàásù kan béèrè lọ́wọ́ àwọn olùfà.
He said, Pastor, where did you see it in the Bible that the Lord made mention of a woman wearing trousers or something belong to a man? He said, though you might be quoting Leviticus, but the Bible did not say. What the Bible is saying that any trousers or anything that belongs to a man or used material is what the Bible is referring to. But a woman can go to market and buy trousers and buy everything that belongs to a man and put it on. There is no sin in it.
Pastor, níbo ló ti rí Bíbélì sọ wípé obìnrin kò gbúdọ̀ mú ohun tí ọkùnrin wọ̀. Ó ní kó ohun tí Bíbélì sọ níbí yìí pé ẹlẹ́tọ̀ọ́ lè máa kó lè máa sọ nípa ìwé Lẹ́fítíkù pé ṣùgbọ́n ohun tí Bíbélì sọ ni pé aṣọ tí ọkùnrin ti ń wọ̀ tẹ́lẹ̀ ni obìnrin kò gbúdọ̀ pé obìnrin ní àǹfààní láti lọ sí ọjà kí ó lọ ra ṣòkòtò kó ra gbádá kó ra èyí tí ó wù kí ó sì máa wọ̀ fúnra rẹ̀.
There was a woman.
Arẹ́pọ̀ obìnrin kan wà.
Ó ní ìṣòro.
He had a problem.
Ìṣòro ló máa ń ti èèyàn sí ọ̀dọ̀ àwọn wòlíì èké.
It's problem that puts someone even to the hand of
wàhálà ló máa ń lé àwọn èèyàn sí ọ̀dọ̀ wòlíì èké.
the trouble that pursue people.
Ẹni tí ò yẹ Bíbélì òye tí ò yẹ ọ̀rọ̀ Ọlọ́run ló máa ń tẹ̀lé wòlíì káàkiri.
It's only those people that are lack knowledge of the truth, knowledge of the scripture that goes after the false prophets.
Mo lọ síbi kan mo lọ wàásù.
I went somewhere to preach.
Mo ń jẹ́ kó yín wọ́n bẹ̀ pé ẹ̀yin tẹ̀ ń gba òróró káàkiri ẹ̀ stop ẹ̀.
I made them realize that those people that are
going
that they should stop it.
Ní ìyẹn kan wá pè mí nínú ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì yẹn.
Somebody now called him in the
Ó ní
church.
pàtó ní ẹ̀jẹ̀ gbàdúrà fún mi.
When the pastor, please pray for me.
Ó ní ọmọ mi ní. Ó ní ọmọ mi.
He said, my daughter, my
Ó ní
son.
ó ṣe kùrìsẹ́ẹ̀dì kẹ́míkẹ́ ní oníkó wá lọ àtẹ́ǹdì.
And because I asked
Ó ní
him,
mo dẹ̀ mọ pásítọ̀ dáadáa máa wá sọ̀dọ̀ wa.
and I know that pastor very well. He comes to our church.
Ó ní náà báyọ̀ ọwọ́ mi ò bá máa fi tọ́ ọmọdé náà tó ní mo fẹ́ ṣe wòlíì Ọlọ́run mi ò lọ skul mọ́.
He said this.
Ọmọ tí o ti ṣe wáìkì.
The son now said he want to be.
Tí ìránṣẹ́ sọ fún pé ìránṣẹ́ Ọlọ́run ló máa jẹ́ láyé pé kò ní ìdìbò ń kàwé. Ṣé ìkan tí Bíbélì gbé kalẹ̀ nìyẹn? The Bible say study yourself approved. But ìránṣẹ́ Ọlọ́run sọ fún yẹn pé kò ní ìdìbò kàwé. Pé kò lọ gbé ṣé pákó ló fẹ́ fi kàn ẹ̀jọ́ ní ọmọbìnrin tí o ti kọ wáìkì.
Now The pastor told the woman's daughter that she should stop going to school, that is going to be a preacher of the gospel. Is that what Bible teaches? Bible says that we should study to be a proof workman, even workmanship, even unto that.
They are false prophets.
They are the one who live.
Any problem you are facing today, Christ is what is the ultimate to put an end upon every form of challenge.
ìṣòro kí ìṣòro tí o bá ń dojú kọ lé ní Kristi ní ọ̀nà àbáyọ fún ọ.
You don't need to take your matter to false prophets.
o ní láti tẹ̀lé wòlíì kí
You don't need to run after miracles.
o ní láti máa sálé iṣẹ́
You don't need to run after signs and
o
wonder.
ní láti máa sá tẹ̀lé iṣẹ́
The pastors, you did not even know their background.
àwọn ìránṣẹ́ Ọlọ́run tí òun mọ ibi tí wọ́n ti ṣẹ̀ wá.
The ministers, you did not even know their foundation.
àwọn ìránṣẹ́ Ọlọ́run tí òun mọ ìpìlẹ̀ wọn.
In Abeokuta, a minister of the Lord bury a child on the pulpit.
a rí ní Abẹ́òkúta ìránṣẹ́ Ọlọ́run wòlíì kan ó sin ọmọ sórí pẹpẹ.
And a command was led by commissioner of police to that church.
a rí pé nígbà tí àwọn ọlọ́pàá tí wọ́n rán àwọn ìránṣẹ́ wá sí ìjọ náà.
The people, the two guys came all the way from Ogun State to Ibadan and they stole a guy from Iwo Road. Bóyá kò fi kankan lára iye ọmọ yẹn lọ, wọ́n dẹ̀ gbé sínú ọkọ̀, wọ́n gbé lọ sábẹ́òkúta, wọ́n pa á, wọ́n dẹ̀ bọ́ sórí púpìtì ní òru, wọ́n gbé orí púpìtì yẹn, wọ́n bẹ́ẹ̀rì ọmọ yẹn síbẹ̀, wọ́n dẹ̀ rẹ́ pa, wọ́n dẹ̀ tẹ́ rọ́ọ̀gì lé lórí, ta ló mọ ìjọ tó fẹ́ mọ̀ kò sí ni. Now ní ìgbà tó bẹ́yẹ kó ń sanwó fún ọ bóyá owó tó ti bid kò tó nǹkan tó fún wọn, wọ́n wá lọ leak secret yẹn. Ní ìgbà tó máa lead lọ síbẹ̀, wọ́n ṣí rọ́ọ̀gì sókè. It was a life story. Wọ́n ṣí rọ́ọ̀gì sókè, wọ́n wá rí ibi tó ṣe gbẹ́ lórí ọ̀tà, bó ṣe bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní gbẹ́ nìyẹn, wọ́n gbé òkú ọmọ yẹn jáde níbẹ̀. Are they not prophet? Are they not minister of the gospel? Are they not carry Bible? Those who are worshiping under such a minister, they are in doom. They are doomed.
a rí i pé àwọn ìránṣẹ́ Ọlọ́run méjì wọ́n wá sí ìlú Ìbàdàn ní Ìwó Road wọ́n sì bí wọ́n fi kankan ọmọkùnrin àjà. This is a small boy were touched with something with it was charmed and immediately even his memory even failed and they took him to Abeokuta. They killed him even and buried him right on the altar and went away. And later maybe when the deed did not successful, I think the amount they quoted was not given to them. They led the secret, and when the investigation was carried out, the first enforcement agent came there. They exhumed the boy even from the altar. The boy was brought out live. Even and when they dumped the place even and buried the boy, they covered it with rug. But eventually, when the secret was led, gotten even by the first enforcement agent, the place was exhumed. The boy was dug and the boy was exhumed out. Now, people that are working and are fellowshipping under this kind of false prophet, are they not in doom? Even they are in problem. As a woman, her son is looking for a job. Her daughter was looking for a job.
For years.
Her second daughter even is married even was childless for years. The third one was in university and eventually look at three missions. And she went to a prophet to pray for her.
Last week,
The woman still had a conversation. And the prophet said, it's not the problem in your life. He said, it came into your private part. Is it not a prophet? He said our problem is in our private part. That you should look for a minister of God that has a power that can remove it from the place.
60 years.
A woman of 60 years. That is left, that has a year more into that half a year. The woman said she ought to have retired, but because she manipulated her age, that was why she was still in civil service. The first prophet said she should look for a man of God that is powerful, that has anointing, that the moment that man ever had an affair with her once, all the problem will disappear. And that's why the woman ran away from him. I was just discussing with somebody in the room, and this woman overheard it even and
ó wá
came
dúró
in to
ó
go.
ń gbọ́ conversation wa
And she stayed by and was
ìyá ẹ̀ wá dúró ó gbọ́ tán ó wá ṣọwọ́ sí mi kí n jáde wá
and now she beckoned unto me
mo
that
wá
I
lọ
should
bá
come.
ìyá ẹ̀ níwájú ìta
I went out,
ó ní
went out
ọ̀rọ̀
to meet
ayé
her,
mi òun lẹ̀ ń fi sọ̀rọ̀
and she said you are revealing
ó ní
all
ìṣòro tí mò ń rù
life.
káàkiri òun lẹ̀ ń fi sọ̀rọ̀
That is the analogy you are making is actually
gbogbo
the
ìṣòro tí
problem
ìyá ẹ̀
of
bá
my life.
káàkiri ó bá download ẹ̀ fún mi
And now she revealed everything
ó
about
béèrè
me.
èjì mi ó ní kí ni èjì mi
She asked for my age.
mo kọ́ wojú ẹ̀ mo sọ èjì mi fún
And I told
ó
her,
wá sọ èjì ẹ̀ fún mi
she said even our
ó ní
age.
dáṣọ̀sì mo jù yín lọ dáadáa
He
pásọ̀
said, Pastor, I'm far older than you.
ó ní with my age now
With my age, pẹ̀lú ọjọ́ orí mi,
ó ní bá ayé ṣe rí ó ní mo lè bí yín lọ́mọ nìyẹn
only even I can even be your mother.
torí ẹni tí 20 years bá wà láàrin wọn ṣé kò lè bí yẹn lọ́mọ.
But somebody who's in between their 20 years, she can be
Ìgbà ẹni ìyá
a
ìkẹ́gbọ́rọ̀ fún
mother
wọn.
even to the other person.
mo wá ní nínú ayé yìí náà ó ní bẹ́ẹ̀ ni pásọ̀
He said, the pastor said,
àwa jọ lọ gbàdúrà mo ní kó kúnlẹ̀
so pastor told her that are you suffering all these
Yeah,
things
you
this
are
one?
kúnlẹ̀.
And later she
Àwa
asked
jọ
him
gbàdúrà
to lay
papọ̀ ń bẹ̀
down
yẹn.
and he prayed with
as
her.
God will now have it
And as God be alone to fair.
if the prayer was done in November
The prayer wọ́n gbàdúrà ní oṣù kọkànlá.
December ọmọ ẹ̀ tó ń wá ọmọ olóyún ní December
The childless daughter of that
tán ní ìṣòro ayé ẹ̀ ojú ara ẹ̀ ló wà
this the person that was told that
ìjọba tó ní pásítọ̀ tó ní náà ní kó go orí ẹ̀ ní ìṣòro ayé ẹ̀ lè kúrò ń bẹ̀.
for a pastor or a man of God.
èyí tó ń wáṣẹ́ nínú ọmọ ẹ̀ láàárín oṣù yẹn between November to January ó gba iṣẹ́ sit down work àbí work at home iṣẹ́ tó gbà bro Ezekiel can testify the same woman called ọ́fíìsì speaker for like if I'm not mistaken for 30 minutes ìyá yìí kọrin lórí phone láì ṣe WhatsApp direct call ó ní kò sí omi ní kànga orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà ó ní ṣùgbọ́n ọmọ mi rí omi bù jáde nínú kànga orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà ó ló gbaṣẹ́ ó ní apart from all those allowances ó ní salary is over 500,000 naira.
The woman's daughter who was jobless got a job within the period, and the woman was dancing, and she said there was no way and there was no water, but even her own daughter was able to fetch water even a well of dry and
ètí ó sá kúrò ní fúta ó tún padà rí admission between November to that January he was gainfully admitted in Osun State University.
So the one that had seconded from Futa gained another admission to Osun State University within the same period.
ṣé pásítọ̀ gorí ẹ̀ kó mú ìṣòro ẹ kúrò
The
lójú ara ẹ̀.
pastor lied with her even to take away the problem.
Beware of false prophet.
Ọ̀nà àwọn wòlíì èké.
Beware of false prophet.
Ṣọ́ra fún wòlíì èké.
They causes havoc between two or more people.
Wọ́n máa ń dá wàhálà sílẹ̀ láàrin àwọn ènìyàn.
They will tell you, I am seeing a black woman in your family that causes problem or misfortune in your life. Some biblical examples of false prophets in the Bible.
Ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn àpẹẹrẹ wọn ló wà nínú Bíbélì.
You can see the case of Balaam.
A rí àpẹẹrẹ Bálámù.
Balaam is a false prophet.
A rí pé Bálámù jẹ́
He
wòlíì.
wanted the downfall of the children of
Ó
Israel.
fẹ́ ìṣubú àwọn ọmọ
He
Ísírẹ́lì.
has been misleading the people in his own jurisdiction.
A rí pé ó ti bẹ̀ tó àwọn ó ti ń ṣì àwọn èèyàn lọ́nà
He
ní
has been
àjíká rẹ̀.
causing problem in his own territory.
Ó ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí dá wàhálà sílẹ̀ ní
When the
agbègbè rẹ̀.
children of the Lord enter into the city,
Nígbà tí àwọn ọmọ Ọlọ́run sì wọ agbègbè
he
náà.
look at the situation that these people carry the grace of the Lord.
Ó wò pé àwọn tí wọ́n bọ̀ yìí wọ́n gbé orí ọ̀fẹ́ Ọlọ́run.
He has to call on Balak
A rí pé Bálákì sì pé Bálámù.
to call the children of Israel.
Kí ó gẹ́gùn fún àwọn ọmọ Ísírẹ́lì.
But God intervened eventually.
Ọlọ́run gbàṣàkóso.
But he made some people to die unwarranted deaths.
Ó sì mú kí àwọn kankan kú sí ohun tó ṣẹlẹ̀
He
yìí.
dried all all sorts of means to destroy the plans and the purpose of God over the children of
ó
Israel.
gbìyànjú gbogbo tí ó wà ní ẹ̀pá rẹ̀ ó sanwó ipá rẹ̀ láti rí i pé òun ba ìpinnu
When there was no solution,
ṣùgbọ́n nígbà tí orí ọ̀nà bá yọ
they came together and they deliberated on how to destroy the plan.
wọ́n sì wá jọ ń jókòó wọ́n sì gbèrò ọ̀nà tí wọ́n gbà láti mú ìpinnu Ọlọ́run láti mú ìjákulẹ̀
That is why salvation is the key in your life.
èrèdí ilé tó fi jẹ́ pé ìgbàlà ọkàn gan ni.
He said the only thing we can do to destroy the plans and the purpose of God over the children of Israel is to call the children of Israel to commit fornication.
a rí i pé ó wá wò pé ohun kan tí òun lè ṣe láti mú kí ìpinnu Ọlọ́run fún àwọn Ísírẹ́lì kó má wá sí ìmúṣẹ ni pé kí wọ́n ṣàmú wọn kán kọsẹ̀ kán ṣubú sínú àgbèrè.
And they brought all the lady, the sister, the single into their midst, and they may seen the children of Moab, and they saw the beauty, they saw everything, and they started committing immorality with them. And the Bible says, at that moment, 24,000 died in that pledge.
a rí i pé wọ́n sì mú àwọn obìnrin àjèjì àwọn amóhìn wọ́n mú wọn sáàárín àwọn ọmọ Ísírẹ́lì nígbà tí wọ́n sì rí ẹwà wọn tó bójúmọ́ wọ́n sì bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ṣàgbèrè bẹ́ẹ̀lì wípé ẹgbẹ̀rún mẹ́rìnlélógún ni ó kú sí ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ náà.
You see another man in the Bible, Zedekiah.
a tún rí ẹlòmíràn ní Bíbélì Sẹdíkáyà.
When you look at the first John chapter 22 verse 1 to 28, you see the story there.
ní ìwé Jòhánù kẹ́ni Jòhánù orí kejìlélógún ibi.
Second Chronicle 18 1 to 27, you see the story there.
Króníkù kejì orí kejìlélógún.
The Bible made us to understand in that. Okay, let's open the book of First John chapter 22, just verse 8, and read it.
ẹ jẹ́ ká ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ lù wá sí Jòhánù orí kejìlélógún.
First Kings chapter 22,
ìwé ọba kìíní orí
verse
kejìlélógún
8 alone.
ẹsẹ̀ kẹjọ.
Verse 8 alone. The first Bible verse I mentioned then is First John chapter 22 1 to 28. The second one is Second Chronicle 18 1 to 27. But let us consider First Kings chapter 22 verse 8.
ọba kìíní orí kejìlélógún ẹsẹ̀ kẹjọ.
You can read this, sir.
ọba Ísírẹ́lì sì wí fún Jehoṣafati pé ọkùnrin kan Mikaya ọmọ Imla ń bẹ síbẹ̀ lọ́dọ̀ ẹni tí àwa ìbá béèrè lọ́wọ́ Olúwa ṣùgbọ́n èmi kórìíra rẹ̀ nítorí kì í sọ àsọtẹ́lẹ̀ ire sí mi bí kò ṣe ibi. Jehoṣafati sì wí pé kí ọba má sọ bẹ́ẹ̀.
You can imagine the difference between false prophet and the prophet of the living God.
a lè rí ìyàtọ̀ tó wà láàrin wòlíì Ọlọ́run àti
Unbeliever love false prophet than the prophet of the Lord.
a rí pé àwọn aláìgbàgbọ́ fẹ́ràn wòlíì èkejì wòlíì Ọlọ́run.
Unstable Christian believe in false prophets.
àwọn onígbàgbọ́ tí wọn kò rẹ́sẹ̀ múlẹ̀ wọ́n gbàgbọ́ nínú wòlíì.
They believe that is the prophecies of the false prophet that will take them out of their problem. They are forgotten God.
wọ́n gbà wípé àwọn àsọtẹ́lẹ̀ èké àwọn wòlíì èké ni yóò mú wọn kúrò ní ìṣòro wọn ti gbàgbé nípa Ọlọ́run.
You can imagine that Zedekiah. The Bible says he prophesies falsely, claiming God's approval for the king's Ahab war.
a rí pé ó sọ àsọtẹ́lẹ̀ kí ó sì fìdí rẹ̀ múlẹ̀ wípé ohun tí wòlíì sọ náà ni ó tọ́.
When they were about going for war,
nígbà tí wọ́n tún máa lọ sógun.
Zedekiah told them,
Sèdèkáyà sọ fún
he said, go,
wọn.
you will win and come back safely.
pé ẹ máa ṣẹ́gun ẹ̀sìn máa
But Jehoshaphat now told them,
Jehoṣafati wá sọ fún
is
wọn.
there no prophet of the living God in this place?
kò sí wòlíì Ọlọ́run alààyè mọ́ nílẹ̀.
And this man said,
ọkùnrin wá
he said there is,
wọ́n ní ó wà.
but he never speak good things concerning us in this
kò
place.
sọ ohun rere nípa mi rí.
He said, let us go and meet him and see what is going to happen.
jẹ́ ká débẹ̀ ká wò ó.
And they met the man of the Lord.
wọ́n sì lọ́dọ̀ ìránṣẹ́ Ọlọ́run.
And the man said,
ó sì sọ fún wọn
this is
wípé
what we want to embark upon.
ó ní má ṣe
You
jáwé
will
ní
not escape it.
tó o bá lọ òní
You
kọ́
will die.
ó máa kú sí ni.
And he said,
ó sọ fún pé
because he hated the truth.
nítorí pé ó fẹ́ ó lòdì sótìtọ́.
He hated the word of the Lord.
ó kórìíra ọ̀rọ̀ Ọlọ́run.
And they wanted to go for war without inquiry.
ó sì fẹ́ lọ sógun náà láì
The same thing applicable to unstable Christians.
irú bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ó ṣẹlẹ̀ sí àwọn.
They want to have their way without having having perfect relationship with the Lord.
wọ́n ṣàfẹ́ mú kí ohun tí wọ́n ń wá kó tẹ̀ wọ́n lọ́wọ́.
They want to have everything without relationship with the living God.
wọ́n fẹ́ ní ohun gbogbo láì ní ìbáṣepọ̀ tó
They
tọ́
need
pẹ̀lú
a
Ọlọ́run.
man or a woman that will prophesy to their life that by this time of tomorrow you will have 10 million in your account.
àwọn ẹni tí yóò sọ àsọtẹ́lẹ̀ pé ní ìwòye ọ̀la owó ní ẹgbẹgbẹ̀rún lọ́nà mẹ́wàá nínú àṣùwọ̀n rẹ.
By this time of next month you will be in abroad without even having passport.
àgbà pé ní ìwé oṣù tó bọ̀ owó wà ní òkè òkun láì ní
They
ìrìnà.
are false prophets.
wọ́n jẹ́ wòlíì èké.
Another one in the Bible,
ìmíràn nínú bíbí.
Ananiah.
Ananiah.
The Bible made us to understand in the book of Jeremiah chapter 28 verse 1 to 17. We will not read it.
ìwé Jeremiah orí kejìlélógún.
The Bible says he opposed Jeremiah's message, prophesying peace when God has declared judgment upon them.
àìpé ó ṣe lòdì ó tako ìwàásù Jeremiah ó sì ń sọ àsọtẹ́lẹ̀ nípa àlàáfíà nígbà tí Ọlọ́run gan sọ fún wọn pé ìdájọ́ ń bọ̀.
The Lord is angry with you and the prophet is saying there is peace upon you.
Ọlọ́run ń bínú sí ọ wòlíì kìí sì sọ fún ẹ pé àlàáfíà
You are
fún ọ.
committing sin, you are committing all sorts of immorality, and the minister is telling you, my sister, so far you have given your life to Jesus 20 years ago, there is no penalty anymore.
òun dẹ́ṣẹ̀ ìránṣẹ́ lọ́rùn ẹ̀kẹ́ wòlíì kìí sì sọ fún torí pé o ti fàyè rẹ fún Jésù ní ogún ọdún sẹ́yìn lẹ́yìn ìgbà tó ti padà sẹ́yìn pé kò sí ìṣòro fún ọ máa tẹ̀síwájú.
I am telling you, such a prophet will die and go to a fire if care is
mo
not
fi dá ọ
taken.
lójú pé irú wòlíì èké bẹ́ẹ̀ yóò kú yóò sì lọ sí ọ̀run àpáàdì yóò sì jóná láì jẹ́ kó lórí kúrò.
A lot of things happen in the Bible. The Bible made us understand the prophet of Baal, they are false prophets.
ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ nǹkan ní ó ṣẹlẹ̀ ní bẹ́ẹ̀ni sọ fún wa pé àwọn wòlíì bá lè pé wòlíì èké ni
When you
wọ́n jẹ́.
read 1 John chapter 18 verse 20 to 40, you see the story
nígbà tó
there.
bá ka ìwé Jòhánù kìíní orí ẹsẹ̀ ogún a ó rí níbẹ̀ nípa
This
ìwà náà.
prophet, this fake prophet challenge Elijah, but challenge Elijah that where is thy God? They said they will call upon their God, and they know the God they serve, and they know that God is effective, their God is what? Is Gala. Anytime they call upon their God, and the fire will come down from anywhere and consume this sacrifice. And the Bible made us to understand Elijah was looking at them and was smiling, waiting for Elijah to call upon the name of his God. After cell and door, because they are false prophet, they call on the God, and the God did not answer them. They have deceived many people in that generation. They have deceived many people in that city. But when it comes to the war, to the matter of the kingdom between the false prophet and the living prophet Elijah, and Elijah said, what happened is that God bring water and pour upon this altar. And when they pour water, they pour the water upon the sacrifice in the altar. He said the water is not enough. Bring another water. They brought another water. They pour it. He looked at the level of water. He said, go for the altar. And they brought the water for the altar. And the altar was filled